Welcome to Active Career. We provide free HR technology and e-learning services. Before we move on, we would like to ask you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Just make sure you subscribe, please, and then click on the notifications bell so that you are able to receive all the updates from Active Career and all the free courses that we offer. So today we're going to look at the first steps to designing a website in WordPress. But before we move on, we'd like to know why WordPress among all content management softwares, or why WordPress among all the softwares used to design websites. The very first reason is WordPress is free. Once you get a domain for your website and once you get hosting for your website, WordPress is free of charge. Reason number two why WordPress is easy to use. It comes with hundreds of plugins and themes that you can use to customize your website the way you want. And then reason number three is WordPress handles different media types such as JPEG, text, documents, videos, audios, and so many other media types. And then reason number four is WordPress is safe. Every plugin and theme that you should use in WordPress is always tested to be compatible with the version of WordPress that you're using, and you can always read reviews to see the safety of the plugins or the templates that you want to use in WordPress. So let's get to our first lesson today, which is entitled Designing a Website in WordPress. Step number one, get a domain name. A domain name is that www.yourname.com or .org. Or simply put, a domain name is the name or address of your website on the internet. It typically identifies you from the rest of the people that have websites on the internet. Now, there are many different domain extensions, such as .org for organizations, .com for companies, .co for companies and corporations as well, and then .net and tech for internet or technology companies. And then there are domains that represents countries such as .uk for United Kingdom, .us for United States, .ug for Uganda, .in for India, and several of them. There are also other domain extensions that corresponds with the kind of institutions that you're running. For example, .edu is for education institutions, or .ac is for education institutions because it represents academics. Now, there are several tips that you should consider while choosing a domain name. Tip number one, choose one which is short. Your domain should typically be short, because no one wants to listen or to enter a long text of your domain name. And then two, choose one which is easy to pronounce. So that means it should sound nice in your listeners' ears. Tip number three, choose a domain which is easy to write. Lastly, on the tips of how to choose a great domain name, choose one with an extension that corresponds with what you do. If you are a company, you should choose .com. If you are an organization, maybe profit or non-profit organization, you should choose .org. If you are a church, choose .org. Do not choose .com because you are not a company, a profit-making company. And then if you are a school, choose .edu or choose .ac. Do not choose .com. You see that? So you should choose a domain with an extension that matches with what you do. So step number two is host your website. Hosting means storing your website files online so that they can be accessed by users. What to consider while hosting? Find a reliable company where you can get support. Hosting comes with a lot of challenges. You could need to set up a few things, and so the company that you choose to host with should be reliable with enough customer support so that if you have a challenge, you are able to write to them via email and then get customer support to solve any issue that you could be experiencing at your hosting. Now, consider storage space. If you have a lot of content, you will need 5 GBs or perhaps unlimited GBs. That is, if you're working with a blog with videos and audios and all that kind of content, you need really big space. But if you're working just on a website with small content, you may even need 1 GB of hosting space. Consider SSL, email provision, and other features as well. You should compare hosting features before you decide which kind of hosting you want to take. Yes. So step number 3, to give you a polite reminder, step number 1 was get a domain name. Step number 2 was get hosting for your domain name. You cannot design a great website in WordPress without having a domain, without hosting it. So step number 3 is install WordPress on your hosting. To learn how to install WordPress, visit www.activecareerinc.com, go to e-learning, navigate to courses, go to designing a website using WordPress, and then click on how to install WordPress. You'll be good to go. I can't say all that steps involved in installing WordPress because the video would be too long for you to watch. Now, subscribe to our YouTube channel again, and make sure you click on the notifications button. If you have any questions concerning WordPress installations, please just get in touch with us through our social media platforms and our website and our WhatsApp phone number and our email. Just write to us. If we are able to solve your WordPress issues, we will be glad to give you feedback. Stay safe.